Hello, this is Ms. DB. In this video, I'm going to go through some of the directions for the linear inequalities exploration. So you can do the activity right here on the week 7 folder, or you can click on this link if this isn't working right, and it'll take you to the website where I got this, which is a Math Warehouse website. So these questions here, you just click on them it's telling you what to do. So you can click Snap to Grid on here, or not, but I would say yes, do that. And then click Next. And then this, you can click on it to change between less than or equal, less than, greater than, and greater than or equal. So you can change this inequality around by doing that. And then I'll click Next. And then to change the line, you click on the points to drag them. So you'll see that as we get started. So you click to drag these, and that'll change the equation up here. So if I tell you to put the points at a certain spot, you just click to move them and get pretty close, and then because I have Snap to Grid, it'll go right to it. Alright, so you're going to just kind of practice moving around a little bit, see what happens when you click on the inequality. And the blue, because the whole thing is purple, the blue is showing the shaded region. And that's important, and there'll be questions about where is it shaded. The blue part is the shaded part. So you explore for a little bit, and then you're going to click on the inequality to change this to y is less than 2x. Oh, here, we have to move 1 point to 1, -1, and 1 to 3, 3. So 1, -1, and 3, 3 would be over here. And this should be the inequality that shows up. And then you click on this to change to the correct symbol, whatever it's asking you to change it to on the worksheet. Alright, so I want it to be less than, that's what it's at. So it says, what kind of slope is the line showing? If you forgot about slopes can be positive, negative, 0, or they can be undefined. So pick the correct slope. Is it a dash line or a solid? This is showing a dash line. Sometimes people will show inequalities less than or greater than as dotted lines, so it's either dotted or dashed. And then it says the blue color represents shading. Where is it shaded for this one? So you can either say above the line or below the line. Okay, so this inequality is the boundary. This is called the boundary line. Y is less than 2x minus 3. And if I change this, watch the boundary line. Now it's solid at less than or equal. Now it's dashed at greater than. Now it's a solid line for greater than or equal. Now it's back to a dashed. So on the worksheet, you're going to say when was it dashed and when was it solid and what symbol matched that. That's what that next part is asking. This symbol means greater than or equal. Why would you use a solid line for greater than or equal? What does that mean? So at a dash line like I have it right now, the points that are on the dash line would not be solutions to this inequality. For example, one of the points that is on this dash line is 2, 1. X is 2, y is 1. If I put those in here, 1 would be less than 2 times 2 is 4 minus 3. It would say 1 is less than 1, but 1 is not less than 1. So the points on a dash line are not solutions. But if I change it so that now it's less than or equal, and I use that same test point on the line, x is 2, y is 1, and I plug that in, I would get 1 is less than or equal to 1. Is that true? That's true because 1 equals 1. So the points on a solid line will be solutions to the inequality. Any point on the solid line will be a solution to that inequality. And then you're going to do a section where you make the slope be negative, and there's some points where you can make that be negative, and then talk about, I just answered that question, what kind of slope this is. And then go through these questions. You don't even have to write them down. You can just check. Let me make this be a negative slope. It's not going to be the exact same line that was in the worksheet, but the questions are asking if going to start at less than. So for less than, do I still use a dashed line for a negative slope? Yes. Would it be a solid line for less than or equal? Yes. So you're going to go through these questions and make sure you still get the same result for as far as the line should be dashed or solid. So you don't have to actually like do each one. You can just kind of give in general. The answers stayed the same or they changed for this one. And then the next section you're going to be looking particularly at where the shading is. So it says to make your boundary line have a positive slope and look at where the shaded region is for less than and less than or equal. So there's a positive, and here's the blue. And then what you're going to do is pick a point from this shaded region, the blue region, and then check and see if it's true. I think I'm supposed to do less than and less than or equal. So I'll pick, oh, here's a really easy one, 0, 0. That's in the shaded region. 0 is less than or equal to 0 plus 2. So 0 is less than or equal to 2. 0 is less than 2. So that's true. And that would, I could check it at, it's going to be the same result if it's less than or equal to. And then I'll change it to a greater than and pick a point from the shaded region. So I can't pick 0, 0 anymore because that's not shaded, but I could pick, if you want positive points, I could pick 1, 5. So 5 is greater than 1 plus 2. Is that true? That's 5 is greater than 3. That is true. So then you'll do that for your equation and see what the points in the shaded region mean, what they represent. Any point in the shaded region is a blank of the inequality. All right, I'm just checking. Oh, then you're going to also pick a point that's not in the shaded region, like 0, 0. 0 greater than 2. That would be 0 is not greater than 2, so that would be false. So points in the purple region make this false. Okay, so then you're going to look at whether it's shaded above or below, when it's greater than, or when it's less than. The shaded above or below rule only holds true if you have y by itself on the left side. So if it's in like y equals mx plus b form, except instead of the equal it's an inequality. So it has to be y by itself on the left side, and then the inequality for you to use the rule about shading above or below. All right, let me know if you have any questions.